And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Grizzlies boys basketball on the World Wide Web. Tonight from East High, the Blue Aces will host the Grizzlies in the Greater Wichita Athletic League varsity contest. What you're seeing is a little bit of bonus coverage of the girls' game as they wrap it up. They are inside 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Grizzlies trail by 5, 45-40. Grizzly ladies actually were led most of the first half, or much of it. They were tied at halftime at 27. East High took a quick lead in the third quarter and never relinquished it. The Grizzlies never tied it, nor did they take the lead in the second half. And that 1-and-1 opportunity misses. 38 seconds to go here in the fourth, so this one's pretty much decided as to what's going to what's going to happen. My name is Kevin Arkin. I'm anticipating being joined tonight by our executive producers Andrew Fisher and Greg Darnell, who will assist in bringing you all the sights and sounds of this one tonight. Grizzlies now at the line on their 1-and-1 opportunity, sinking the first one. And we have a timeout being taken, so much for that. That's Jada Garrett, by the way, that's at the line for the Grizzlies. I want to thank you for joining us wherever you are on planet Earth, and we have people watching from all over. We want to send out some special shout-outs to some Grizzly friends from all over, including some of a personal nature as well. My former classmate, David Terschluss, and his wife are down in Florida watching the webcast tonight. Another classmate of mine, Jim Caskey, and his lovely bride are also keeping their eyes on the computer tonight as they're tuning in for their first ever Grizzly webcast of any kind, and we welcome them aboard as well. Dave Butts and his lovely wife, Chrissy, from O'Fallon, Illinois, are also watching. From the Greater St. Louis metropolitan area, O'Fallon, Illinois, just across the bridge from the arch. Here's Jada Garrett putting up her second one, and it misses. 45-41, they trail by 4 now with East High having the ball. And doing a good job of playing keep away, and Jada Garrett commits the intentional foul to stop the clock with 19 seconds remaining. It will send East High will go to the line on the 1-and-1. Both teams have 9 fouls. And that's Diamond McElrath for the Blue Aces. And she makes the first one. And a timeout being taken. Well, they've got them to burn. Not exactly sure which team took this timeout. I'm not sure it makes any difference. It was East. Each team now has 1 timeout remaining. Coach Brian Chadwick will be along here shortly with our pregame interview, which we had to do with less technology than normal, as he and I were unable to find a time when both were available last night, which was our only window Wednesday night I meant. I had to work last night at my real job, so I was unavailable last night. He was unavailable Wednesday night. So we did it by phone this afternoon. And he was still eloquent, as always, and had some very positive things to say about his squad as Northwest just turned it over. Pass went through the wickets. And we still have 17 seconds to go, and which is turning out to be the longest half minute in history. There's another foul that burned all of 2 seconds. And this time it will be double bonus time for East High, and already up by 6. That's pretty much academic. 47-41 the score. These free throws really mean nothing, although one of them would make it a 3-possession game and definitely ice it for the Blue Aces. And she just did it. That's same young lady as a moment ago, Diamond McElrath at the line. And she misses the second. And the rebound is, now what do we have here? We have a whistle. That burned off 1/10 of a second. Here comes Northwest back with it, trailing by 7. Shot misses. And East High rebounds, and that should do it. 3, 2, 1, and bingo. Game over. East High girls defeat the Northwest Grizzly girls by a score of 48-41 here. In the first game here tonight. The boys will tip it off here in approximately 23 minutes. You can hear the East High Pep Band playing the East High Pep song. East High, for those of you watching from out of town, is part of the Greater Wichita Athletic League, as is Wichita Northwest. East High School is the largest high school in the city of Wichita. They are a 6A school, as is Northwest, although Northwest will be dropping to 5A beginning in August of 2018. The next school year, they will drop to 5A for the first time in a long, long time, as they've had an enrollment drop, largely caused by the financing plan of the state of Kansas. So it is what it is. They'll still be playing the same teams, as quite honestly most of the teams in the City League are now 5A. The only teams in the City League not in 5A are East High here and the Titans of South High. They're still in 6A, but Carroll, Capon, West, Heights, and soon to be Northwest, I've left somebody out, are all going to be 5A. North High will remain 6A. That's the final team in the group. Our production staff is here. They're getting charged up, ready to bring you the sights and sounds of this one. And when we get into our pregame interview with Coach Chadwick, which is going to be a while yet, about 10 more minutes, we're going to have a brief production meeting so we can figure out our strategy for the night. Actually, what you guys need to decide, and let me qualify this for those of you back east who are watching, this webcast is done primarily for the benefit of the students of Northwest High, and as such, it's an activity that is an extension of the classroom. So these guys are on a learning curve. I'm hoping to fill them with some of my own knowledge as we go down the line. And failing that, at least they're having some fun. But we're gonna talk. We do our directing on the air because this is an NBC, folks. So, Greg, what I want you to, both of you guys, to consider is where the camera is. Do you want to just leave it where it is and leave that shot for the whole night? Because you're not going to be able to move it much, and if you zoom in very much at all, you're going to lose the near basket. So you can feel free to test it. That's quite all right. We'll let them make the decision how they want to handle the video here for us tonight. Let's talk a little bit about where we're at here at Northwest. The Grizzlies come into the game tonight with one of the weirdest records I've seen in a long time. They are 5-12 overall with 3 games remaining, including the game here tonight. 5-12 overall. They are 0-8 at home and have one more chance to break the Schneider. That's as high as it'll go. And the problem with this one is you can't get it close to the edge. You're going to get nothing but this in there. Because I had a camera in here. I tried it. Yeah, the problem is you can't get it any higher. And I really don't want to do that. And I don't want to do that. That's all I need is to beam one of the players with our camera. Okay, we're up on the track here at East High. There's a track that runs around the entire gym on the second level, and that's where we are. We're actually in one of the end zones, which is kind of obvious. We don't have the best view tonight, but we're going to have as much fun as anybody else in the building. So as I was saying, they're 5-12 overall. They're 0-8 at home and 5-4 on the road. And they're including a non-league win at Wichita State when they took on the Andover Trojans during the City League and Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League Showcase weekend. Grizzlies beat Andover in overtime, in fact, at Wichita State. And they had their biggest lead of the game when the game was over. They won by 8, and they never led by 8 during the game. That was a weird game. It's been a weird year. It's been an unusual year for the Grizzlies. They have played some teams super tough, and at the same time they have looked not very good at other times during the season. You know, just looking at the standings, we haven't talked much about the standings. Let's do so for a moment. The standings in the City League, these are City League contests only. Heights High leads the City League. They're 11-2, including 2 wins over Northwest. Southeast is in second place at 10-3, and we will go there for the last game of the season 1 week from tonight, 1 week from last night. Next Friday, let me start that over. Next Thursday night, we go to Southeast to take on the Buffs. Bishop Carroll, third at 10-4. North is at 8-7. Capon is at 6-7. East High 5-8, which is a real surprise because a lot of people picked East High to win this thing, and they're only 5-8 in City League games. Northwest in 8th place at 4-9 in the City League, 5-12 overall, and rounding it out. Pardon me, folks. I'm sitting up here choking. Allergies this has not been a good week for allergies. The last 2 weeks have been terrible. In last place in the City League, West High, 1-14 in the City League play, 2-18 overall, and their one City League win was at Northwest on opening day, you might recall. So that's where we stand. As far as the standings are concerned, we will not host a playoff game at home, as you heard or are about to hear. I probably shouldn't tip this off because we talk about it I talked about it with Coach Chadwick earlier today. I caught my executive producer asleep, but it's not a problem. Right now, if everything were to end today, we would travel to Derby to take on the Panthers in the first round of the playoffs, which would be the Wednesday after next Thursday, whatever date that is. I don't have my calendar open. And once you're in the playoffs, it's do or die. You win or you go home. So it would be great to start a winning streak. We have not talked about a winning streak in a while. They won 2 games in a row earlier this year. They beat Bishop Carroll and Capon on successive nights on the road earlier this year, and really haven't put a run together since. So it would certainly be nice to see him start with a hard-fought win here at East High tonight. Our schedule for webcasting next Tuesday, we will host North at home. The Redskins will come in with what's that guy's name? Jiminy Christmas, I just forgot his name. I had it written down too. Executive producer, who's the big gun for North? What's his name? Huh? The guy that scores 38-27. Well, nobody can remember his name. I know his name is Jackson. I can't remember his first name. Saved my life. Anyway, they'll be in at Northwest next Tuesday night. We will be on the air at 7:15 for that one, and then we will travel to the new Southeast for the first time on next Thursday, for the season finale against the Golden Buffaloes. We're going to send it over to the Brian Chadwick coach's interview here in just a second. Oops, I forgot to load something. That's on me, guys. Give us just a minute to what's that one? We'll get something loaded here. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So enjoy the coach's interview. We'll be back in about 10. After this quick timeout, the coach will be on. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Hey, man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
This is the Northwest Grizzlies basketball pregame show. A look at past contests and a preview of today's game with head boys basketball coach Brian Chadwick. And now, here's the coach.
Our countdown to tip-off continues now, and we're joined by phone with head coach Brian Chadwick. Coach, welcome aboard, and let's take a look a little bit back on Tuesday night's game. The kids played really well, running into a buzzsaw from Capon Tuesday.
Yeah, well, thank you, Kevin, for the coverage again. And yes, they did run into a buzzsaw, but I thought we withstood some of their runs, and they just had a senior at Woodward who did not want to get beat that night. And I really thought we had a chance, but that last minute, we just kind of ran out of steam and got into some fouls, trouble.
The fourth quarter has not been kind to the Grizzlies this season, that's for sure.
No, it hasn't, but we're learning how to play together. Even with our young, small team, we still fought and kept Capon from scoring too many points because I was worried about that. You know, they had just put up 92 points versus North, and they had just beat a Southeast team. So I thought we played an excellent game. I agree. We hung in there with them throughout the game, even to the end. It was only a 5-point game at the end, and if it wasn't for Mitchell Woodward, the designated Grizzly killer, it might have been a totally different outcome. Yes, that is so true. Yes, he's had 2 terrific games against us, and we were really trying to make sure we know where he is every time on the court. Sometimes we just kind of fell asleep, but we're young, and like I said, we're still playing hard, and we love that. Glad to have Jalen Smith back after he had to sit out a game. He sure made a difference in the chemistry of the team. Yes, he really did. We were really expecting Jalen to do even some more things. You know, he averages about 7 free throw attempts a night, but that night he just couldn't get to the free throw line. We got to make sure he still is attacking the basket and getting to the free throw line. So, but we had a really good night from Lincoln Phillips, who was really, really on fire.
especially in the first quarter, bombing 3 3-pointers in the space of about 2 minutes in the first quarter, and actually helped stake us to a 9-point lead at that time.
Yeah, I turned around and we were up 11-2, and I was just like, wow, let's just keep it going. And the boys really tried to. And Lincoln, his poor child, was really sick. So Wednesday he was not at school. he was sick. We had a number of kids sick and playing hard, and we really loved that.
Well, it's great that they put out that extra effort, and I know that the stuff is going around, and your team has been ravaged with flu and other illnesses, especially the last couple of weeks. So hopefully they're all getting on the mend here.
Well, we're trying to, Kevin. I know we had a few. Like I said, Lincoln was out. Braden Burbank, the freshman, was out Wednesday. Blake Chadwick, the other freshman, my son, was out Wednesday. So I'm trying to make sure I stay away from him so I'm not sick. And then we had Zion Jones and Easton Ruffin. They were both sick today. But I think they're trying to show up to be in practice. They're getting better. Jalen's been sick, so everybody's just trying to fight it off, Kevin, fight it off.
It's winter time, and that's to be expected, during the winter, especially in an environment where you got a bunch of sweaty bodies all banging into one another. It's kind of hard to keep from passing stuff around.
Yes, it is. And so we've really been trying to make sure we wash hands and use hand sanitizer or anything like that, just trying to make sure no one is getting sick.
Well, so let's turn our attention here to the matter at hand. The Blue Aces have already they beat us at home earlier this year, and now it's time for some payback.
Yes, it is, and you know and I know we play better on the road. I just don't understand this team. We play better on the road than the Road Warriors, but East High, they just played a tough game against South and lost at a buzzer beater, basically. Kid made 2 free throws in the last seconds of the game. East High is trying to do some different things on the court, playing a lot of young players also. So we expect to see another tough, hard-fought game, just like we did at our place, but hopefully just a different outcome. And
East draws well at home. They have they have that sunken floor, if you will, similar to ours with the track going around it and all, and it kind of like the sound, for whatever reason, kind of reverberates in that gym.
Yeah, it does, but like we've kind of talked to our players about it. Our players really just play the game when we're on the road. We really don't worry about any crowd noise or anything else. We just kind of take it and just go with it. And I just really trying to figure this team out. I wish we could probably bring some of that majestic energy to our court, but we'll just roll with it.
We talked a little bit about the sicknesses, and of course we know Joey Duncan is out for the season now. Anybody else physically hurt?
No one's physically hurt, but we'll be missing Brees Hall. He's going for an unofficial visit to Iowa for football, so we'll be missing him. But everybody else should be ready to go, and you'll probably see a couple of new freshmen. Aiden Aldaffer's not sick. Let's just knock on wood that he doesn't eat any fish or eat any crazy food tonight, so we can't have him, but we want to make sure we have him.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck against East High, and let's get another road W. And we're running down here. We're running out of games. Only have 3 games left in the regular season before playoffs. Have you looked ahead as to what you might be doing playoff-wise?
Yeah, looking ahead, we were at the 14th spot, and Derby's at the 3 spot. I haven't looked at it. I looked at that last week, so we were probably looking at Derby, going to Derby and playing a game. And I can't remember if it's Wednesday or Thursday of that week, but it'll be a big-time game for us. Derby draws a great crowd if that's true, if it stays that true. And then it'll be kind of a weird, odd game for my family. My wife is a teacher there, so she'll have to probably do some double duty.
I was going to say, is she going to sit on both sides?
Well, she keeps stats for us, so I'm pretty sure she'll be on our side.
There you go. And, blood is thicker than water.
Yes, it is, Kevin. Yes, it is.
Well, a lot of things can happen between now and then. I mean, Derby is not a lock. Is that right?
No, it's not. And there's some things that can happen. We can catch fire, and we have a chance in each of these games. North is having some issues, and then Southeast Israel Barnes has been out for a while. So there's some things that can happen, and and I know the City League, anybody can be beat. So as long as we lace them up and play hard like we've been doing, I expect good things to happen. I really do.
Well, we hope they start tonight against the Blue Aces. Wish you and the team the best of luck tonight, and we'll look forward to a visit before Tuesday's contest.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. You take care.
Head coach Brian Chadwick on the Countdown to Tip-Off program. Stay with us now after this brief timeout for the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against East High. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Follow your Grizzlies basketball squad on the World Wide Web as they set out in pursuit of another 6A state title. And now, let's go courtside to your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you very much, Todd Taylor. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to East High, where tonight your Grizzlies will try to play the role of road warrior one more time, going for their 6th road win on the season. They come in 5-4 on the road, 0-8 at home for a 5-12 overall record. This is a big game. This is a momentum builder for the Grizzlies and gives them an opportunity to avenge a loss at home to these Blue Aces earlier this season. As always, joined by our executive producers, Greg Darnell and Andrew Fisher, ready to bring you the sights and sounds of this one wherever you are on planet Earth. I don't know why I just did what I did. We're not done with that. The PA announcer is going through some sportsmanship information. We're awaiting the playing of the Star Spangled Banner by the East High Pep Band. As soon as they get introduced. We've got about a minute to go here before the start of the player introductions, and I apologize in advance for the bit of a frog I have in my throat tonight. The Wichita weatherman has not been kind to my throat. It's been a weird weather week. We were over 70 Wednesday and Thursday, and then the bottom fell out last night. And we got down into the teens this morning, and by this afternoon it was back in the mid-40s again. So not a bad day, but it's a bad day for hay fever sufferers. So we're going to turn it over now for the national anthem. That's the national anthem as played by the East High Pep Band. They're now playing the Blue Ace alma mater for the, quite honestly, sparse crowd in attendance for East High. They have not drawn well at all tonight. I would say in their student section there are no more than 30 people. And this is the largest high school in the city of Wichita, so they should draw well. But a sparse crowd on hand tonight, especially for a Friday night game. They're introducing the officials right now. We'll get ready to introduce the players. The Grizzlies in their road blue uniforms tonight with gold trim and white numerals. East High in their home whites. I don't know why we're applauding because I didn't hear it because I'm talking to you, but they're all applauding for one of the players from East High. He must have done something. Now we're ready to introduce the players. The Grizzlies are closest to us in your picture, and they'll start out by introducing the 6'1" senior guard, number 1, Jalen Smith. And for the Aces, should be number 4 over there. It is number 4, Dalen Jones, the 6'4" freshman. For Northwest, number 4, Kamarian Thompson gets the start. Cam's a 6'2" senior. Jalen Randall, number 5, getting the nod for the East High Blue Aces, a 5'10" junior. Now Zion Jones comes out for your Grizzlies, a 6' sophomore. Aaron Hill, number 21 for East High, a 5'10" junior. Jordan Trotter gets the start tonight for the Grizzlies. He's wearing number 15. And Jordan is a 6'1" senior. Number 25, Karen Sears. You'll be hearing his name all night long. He's a 6'1" junior. And finally for the Grizzlies, number 20, Lincoln Phillips, a 5'10" junior, will get the nod. He was really hot from three-point land the other night. Jaden Finney, his counterpart, number 34 for East, is a 6'2" senior. And there's your starting lineups for tonight's contest. I told you we don't have the best vantage point, and we do not. Part of the court is actually obscured from view, and it's the part that's closest to us because it's directly below us. So you cannot see, for example, anything past the volleyball court line. Well, you can see from your picture where we are. We'll give you as much of it as we can. Zion Jones will do the jump here against number 34, Jaden Finney. East High wins the opening tip and brings the ball around the horn deep into the territory of the Grizzlies. A shot is no good, rebounded there by Trotter. And Jalen Smith will bring it down the court for Northwest. Here's Phillips for 3. Rattles off, no good, rebounded by East. Here come the Blue Aces back. There's a 12-footer in and out, no good, rebounded by Smith. Jalen Smith will bring it down. Spin move, puts it up. He's fouled on the way up, and Jalen Smith will go to the line to shoot a pair. We'll see who this is charged to. It's charged to Jaden Finney. That's his first team foul for East High. Smith to shoot a pair. First one is up and good, and the Grizzlies have the early lead. Smith's second one is up, and it's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dalen Jones for East. Here come the Blue Aces back. Randall to Jones. Hill with it now. Back to Jones. Grizzlies in a 3-2. Jones finally gets it in deep. They send it back out. Randall puts it up. In and out. No good, but he's fouled. And Randall will go to the line to shoot a pair, and that foul is going to be charged to Jordan Trotter. And that's the Grizzlies' first foul. First free throw is nothing but net for Jalen Randall, and we're tied at 1. Randall's second is in and out, no good, rebounded by East. That shot misses. Putback is good that time by Dalen Jones. And it's 3-1 East. Thompson with it. Over to Smith. Jalen Smith will bring it down the court now. And he sends one across to Kamarian Thompson. Thompson into the corner for Trotter. He thought about it, put it back down. Sends it back out to Phillips. Phillips couldn't get a shot off, so he dishes it off to Lincoln Phillips, whose three-pointer misses. So he's 0 for 2 from three-point land to start it off here, and it stays 3-1. Under the basket it goes. Put back again, this time by Dalen Jones after the miss, and it's 5-1 East. Grizzlies down by 4. Jones driving the basket, and they're going to call a blocking foul, and Jones will go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls on Jaden Finney. That's his second, so he'll probably take a seat. And sure enough, I say that, Norman Massey is getting ready to come in for East High. Jones's first free throw is good. Massey comes in, and Finney goes out. Jones's second when he makes them both 5-3. Grizzlies trail by 2, 5:54 remaining here in the first quarter, and it would be nice if they would start the clock. There we go. Caught somebody asleep over there. Randall, back to Jones. Underneath it goes. Back to Jones. It's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with East. Nice defensive play that time by your Grizzlies. And it comes to Randall. Top of the key. He feeds it in. Here's a 10-footer that misses and a rebound by Trotter. Jalen Smith will bring it down for your Grizzlies. And he started to go coast to coast, but he got fouled on the way in. This will stay on the floor, I'm sure. Aaron Hill guilty of the foul, number 21 for East. Third team foul now for the Blue Aces. Steal that time by DeJuan Jones. And a held ball called. This will belong to East on the alternating possession. Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Oh, I take that back. It was Northwest's. I stand by my previous comment, however. Northwest has it back, and here comes Jalen Smith with it. And he loses the handle on it. It just went out of his hand. Jalen Randall got it. Now to Jones, back to Randall. Randall under the basket. Up it goes. A foul is going to be charged on Thompson. And it will send Norman Massey to the line to shoot a pair for the Blue Aces. 4:40 to go, first period. Massey will try to add to the 5-3 lead. Give you the scores of some of the other games played here tonight. The girls, Northwest girls, lost by 7. 48-41, I believe, was the final of that. And we don't have the actual score, but we do know that the junior varsity Grizzlies. And that one rattles and finally drops. He makes 1 out of 2. It's 6-3 East. The junior varsity Grizzlies lost in overtime. And another jump ball called. This one will belong to East High on the alternating possession. Grizzlies, junior varsity Grizzlies lost in a heartbreaker tonight. That game ended just as this one was getting underway. Underneath it goes, and that one's stolen by Thompson. A nice job. Here comes Jalen Smith back. Maybe we can get a breakaway going here. No such chance of that. But wide open on the far side over there is Easton Ruffin, number 14, who subbed into the game when I wasn't paying attention. Easton Ruffin, the 5'8" sophomore, getting some action early in this one. And he gets the ball back. Nice job by Ruffin to get the ball and pass it off to Smith. Smith bringing it down, and he's got a guy just hanging all over him. Zion Jones's shot is rejected that time by Aaron Hill. And coast to coast with it come the Blue Aces, and Karen Sears finishes it off. Now a blocking foul is going to be charged on Northwest. 3:28 remaining here in the first. 8-3 Grizzlies trail. And the stall ball game is underway here for Northwest. Jalen Smith does have a man hanging on him. That's Aaron Hill. I don't know if he's trying to get Hill to foul or what. And he finally does. That'll be against Aaron Hill. That'll be the 5th team foul here in the first quarter. Pierre Johnson comes in, number 2, replacing Aaron Hill because Hill just picked up his second personal. And, a near steal by Thompson, but he's going to get charged with a foul. I think that's his second. It is his second personal. He'll come out. Trotter comes in for him now. They don't wait for anything. It's just a non-shooting foul. Three-point bomb misses. Rebound is corralled by East High, and here the Blue Aces will keep control of it. Karen Sears sends it over to Johnson, to Jones. Now to Randall, back to Jones. Into the paint, nice move, puts it up from 8 feet, and it's good. And the Grizzlies trail by 7, and that's a familiar 6 points for that young man. Here in the first quarter, 6 of the 10 points. Grizzlies trail by 7 for I know it's at least 2 in a row. Smith way off the mark. And that will stay with, it'll stay with Northwest as Aaron Hill touched it last. I'm sorry, Kieran Sears touched it last. Grizzlies will maintain possession. They really need to score here. Doesn't have to be a 3, guys. An intercepted pass here. This will go coast to coast and an easy lay-in for Kieran Sears, and that's what he's best at. And now, as predicted, Northwest will take a timeout. We're going to take one with them as well. 1:54 to go. East leads 12-3. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Grizzlies trail by 9 here. Early in the contest, they need to get it going. Turnovers have been critical here in the first quarter. Smith fakes everybody out, gets it to Ruffin, now back to Smith. Jalen Smith will bring it down, and he lost the handle, or was he fouled? He was fouled. That'll be the 6th team foul on East High. It'll put the Grizzlies in the bonus for the rest of the first half. Hopefully they can take advantage of that. It's the 2nd foul on Dalen Jones. So they have 3 starters, I believe, with 2 fouls each. Executive producer Andrew Fisher is nodding his head. Yes, indeed. So that works in our favor as well later on in the contest, perhaps. Ruffin over there to Phillips. Phillips back to Ruffin. Ruffin driving into the paint, puts it up. It's blocked by Randall, and he gets it. The rebound off the block. Over here on the near side is Johnson. Johnson in the paint. He goes up, doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Zion Jones's first personal. 4th team foul for the Grizzlies. They still have a couple to give here before halftime. First one's good. And the Grizzlies are down by 10. Now they're down by 11. Tuesday night they led Capon by 9 in the first quarter before giving it up, and they only lost by 5. Capon, a red-hot team. There's a takeaway by Pierre and a lay-in by Pierre Johnson. Phillips gives it back out to Ruffin. Now Jones will put up a 3, and that one is off the mark. Rebounded by Phillips. Nice rebound. Into Trotter. Nice move. Couldn't make it go. Finally, Jones finishes it off, and he's got 4 points. And a block by Jones, or was he fouled? That was a foul. That'll be Jones's 2nd. I take it back. It's on. They're charging the foul to Jalen Smith. That's his first. First one shot there by Norman Massey misses. Makes 1 out of 2. It's 17-5. Grizzlies down by 12 here in the first quarter. And we have a foul called on Massey. It's his first. It puts Jalen Smith at the line to shoot a 1-and-1 as East High is now over the limit. Smith's first one is good. Be great to see if the Grizzlies can get this under double digits here before the end of the quarter. 31 seconds remaining. The second one misses. It's rebounded there by Karen Sears, and here comes East High back with it now, with an 11-point lead and the ball. Pierre Johnson crosses it back to Jacobs. Deron Jacobs in the game now for the Blue Aces. Inside 10 seconds. Randall puts it up, and it's good. 3 to go. A long, quick one's what it's going to take, and they're not going to even get it off. That is the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies trail 19-6. Stay with us. We'll be back in mere moments. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter here, and it's pretty ugly for the Grizzlies so far. Zion Jones has 4 of the 6 points. Jalen Smith has the other 2, and that's it for us. Dalen Jones with 6. Pierre Johnson with 4. Randall with 3. I'm surprised he only has 3. It seems like he's been scoring every time he touches the ball. And Massey has a pair, and that's your scoring summary. Or do I have everybody? Oh, I forgot about young Mr. Sears has 4 points of his own. Grizzlies need to start working on this 13-point lead that we've given up here in the first quarter. That was not our finest quarter of the year by any means. And at the same time, East High is playing awfully well. Grizzlies started off here. We'll set the lineup for you as some changes have been made. Your lineup consists of, pardon me, I wish I had a kill switch. Lincoln Phillips for 2. Besides Phillips, number 20 on the floor, Blake Chadwick, number 3, Jalen Smith, number 1. Number 32 is Braden Verbeck. Who'd I leave out? That's only 4 people, Kevin. Oh, Zion Jones, number 10, is still on the floor for your Grizzlies. There's a 3-point attempt off the heel, no good. Rebounded by the Blue Aces. And they'll bring it out and do it all over again. Out there with it is Clayton Bradley, number 23, who's in the game for the Aces, along with number 12, Hayden Dunmore. Pierre Johnson on the near side. He thought about a 3 and then dished it inside instead. A nice play to get Johnson up there, but he couldn't finish. Rebound by Verbeck, and we have a foul called. That's going to be on Bradley, I think. Like I said, it's on Pierre Johnson. That's his first foul. It'll send the Grizzlies to the line in the 1-and-1, and this is where the advantage comes in. Question is, can Braden Verbeck take advantage of this situation? He will have a 1-and-1 opportunity here. Braden's first shot is good. And the second one coming on the bonus. And he makes them both. 19-10, it's back to single digits. And we have a whistle for a problem. I think there was something on the floor that didn't belong there. And we're back underway, 6:38 to go here in the second quarter. At halftime, we're hoping to have the athletic director of East High, Kevin Hartley, join us. Always a pleasure to talk to that young man, and we'll find out what's going on here at East High. Fouls on Zion Jones. That is his second now. Ball still on the floor. Both teams are over the limit now from this point forward. And an easy basket by Hayden Dunmore. 21-10, Grizzlies trail. Braden Verbeck sends one out to Jordan Trotter. Trotter now dishes it off, gets it back. Trotter for 3, misses everything. And here's East High bringing it back. Pierre Johnson with it. Inside to Chris Burrell, number 0. He puts a shot up that misses. It goes out of bounds, and it will belong to Northwest. Oh, they're calling a foul here. Excuse me. And on the rebound, they call a foul. It will send Jalen Smith to the line with an opportunity to put a couple on the board with the clock not moving. Smith's first one is off the heel, no good, rebounded by Easton. Here come the Aces back. Dalen Jones sends it off on the near side. Now it goes completely across to Jacobs. And finally Burrell puts it in. I believe that's his first points of the night. Grizzlies down 13 again. That's the largest margin so far tonight. Verbeck. And an errant pass. Oh, and turned right around and got one right back. Jalen Smith. Where's the blocking foul? There it is. And it will send Jalen Smith to the line to shoot a pair as the Grizzlies are in double bonus land for the rest of the first half. The fouls have worked in our favor, but we haven't really taken advantage of it. Smith's first one is good. I'm good. How are you? Huh? Oh. You can, huh? These guys are great. But, you know, I can't get either one of them to let me turn the mic on with them on. But you should come back up here and steal his headset.
Anytime you want.
Like right? Take it from him now.
I gotta go pick up my brother.
Pick up your brother. Come back.
I'll see if I have time.
If you have time.
All the way at Carroll.
No, you got a ways to go if he's at Carroll. Yeah. Okay. Bree, Tuesday night at home. Okay, you're on. That was Bree Johnson, who, for those some of you may know, worked the game at Wichita State earlier this year. Did a great job, and she's going to wear a headset on Tuesday. 27-11, the score. And what do we have here? We have a jump ball called. It will belong to East on the alternating possession. Jaden Finney back in the game and will do the honors of inbounding the basketball. 4:13 to go in the second quarter. I told you 27-11. I meant it. Grizzlies have 16 fouls. East over the limit with over 10. We had a discussion on the bench, I think, about possession. They do not put the possession arrow up on the scoreboard here for reasons I do not know. Because every team in the league has the same scoreboard. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. Oh, nice block by Jones that time of an attempt by Jaden Finney, and it comes down in the hands of Jalen Smith. That's the kind of defense we need the rest of the night. Smith for three. Good! Jalen Smith, boy, we need that in a big way. 27-14. It's back to 13 points. And there's a miss, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with East. Coach Chadwick didn't like that possession call, but he asked, got his answer, moves on. Ball bounded in to Ron Jacobs. Now Jones has it here in the corner where you couldn't see him for a moment. He was out of our view. He has it again. Now he'll pull it out himself. This is underneath there to Finney. Around the horn it goes. Sears to Bradley. Clayton Bradley, number 23 with it. 3 minutes to go. Underneath. Finney dishes it back out. Good ball possession this time by the Blue Aces, and we have a foul called. Foul's on the floor. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity, and foul's going to be called. On Blake Chadwick, number 3, who just came into the game for the Grizzlies a moment ago when I wasn't looking. Jalen Smith back in for the Grizzlies, replacing Jordan Trotter. So we have Smith, Chadwick, Jones, Verbeck, and Lincoln Phillips on the floor for your Grizzlies right now. First one on the 1-and-1 is good. 28-14. Grizzlies down by 2 touchdowns. Sears will try his second. Off the heel, no, it went in after all. 2 bounces and a drop, and the lead is 15, biggest lead of the night for East. 2:43 remaining here in the second period. Jalen Smith will bring it down. And a foul called. This will be a blocking foul. Sending Jalen Smith to the line to shoot a pair. He got them both last time he went up. Jalen Smith will put them both in, hopefully. First one's up, and it's good. One of these days I need to ask. I may just have to ask Jalen Smith myself. He always stands to the left of center when he shoots free throws. I'm just curious as to what the strategy is there. Obviously, there is some. Second one rims out. 1 for 2 that time. 29-14. Grizzlies trail by 15. Verbeck. Pass is too long that time for Aldoffer. Another 2 points here for East High off the turnover. Chadwick brings it up. He'll bring it across the timeline. Stops, drives, lost the handle. Here it comes. Oh, foul. We got lucky that time. We called the foul. Blake had lost the handle, but he got fouled in the process of recovering, and Blake Chadwick will try and get on the board with 2 minutes and a little bit of change left here in the second quarter. Grizzlies down by 16. And the first one misses. Burrell and Johnson back into the game for East High. And taking a seat are Dalen Jones and Jaden Finney. Lincoln Phillips comes back in, and Zion Jones will take a breather. We didn't mention, but you may have noticed if you follow Grizzly basketball, as Blake Chadwick makes the second one. Brees Hall is not here tonight. He's not available. He had a college trip today. Coach Chadwick actually told me where he was going, and I don't remember. Not that it matters because he's unavailable tonight, but we wish him luck on his college visit. I'm told that, pardon me, I'm told that this was a visit for football, as football is Brees Hall's #1 sport. Foul just got charged to Aiden Aldoffer. It's his first. 1-and-1 opportunity this time for Chris Burrell. He makes the first one. East High has doubled us up. It's 32-16. He still has a shot coming. Makes them both. The lead is 17. Grizzlies are going to be in a big hole at halftime. Blake working hard, trying to get around the guy, dishes it off now to Verbeck. Verbeck puts it up, it rattles in and out, no good. Rebounded by East. Here comes Randall, sending it forward. In and out, that time by Massey. Loose ball is going to be recovered by Jalen Smith. Smith, one man to beat. Now he splits two, goes up. Doesn't make the basket, but he is fouled. He'll shoot a pair. And again, we're hoping to have a visit from Kevin Hartley at halftime. And if we don't, I don't have a lot to talk about. I've already used all my material. I used it in the pregame show. But we'll review a few things for you. Jalen Smith sinks it. Smith has gotten most of his points tonight from the free throw line. I think he's got one field goal. Another one would be nice. And he makes them both. 5 points. 5 free throws out of 6 for Jalen Smith in the first half. Not a bad half's work from the line. And after 3 tries, they finally draw a foul. And I think that'll be on Zion Jones, and that'll be his third. It is on both accounts. Less than a minute to go, and Coach Chadwick elects to leave him in. Burrell puts the first one in, nothing but net. He'll get the bonus. Now, Verbeck comes out and Thompson comes back in. Second one by Burrell is also good. Freshman has been perfect from the line tonight. 35-18. Grizzlies down by 17 again. Inside a minute to go. Chadwick over to Smith. Smith driving. Now he's double teamed against him. Nice move to get it out to Lincoln Phillips, who bangs a 3 home. Phillips gets 3 for the Grizzlies. That's only our second 3-pointer of the game. Burrell is fouled on the way up by Thompson. That's his third foul. Grizzlies getting into foul trouble now. Both teams with 10. So we're shooting for the next 26 seconds. Should someone commit an infraction. And Verbeck's going to come in, and Thompson's going to take a seat. Only one timeout has been taken in the game. That was by Northwest. And Burrell makes them both. 36-21. Grizzlies down by 15. Come on, let's get it down to a dozen. Jalen Smith puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Randall. Here come the Blue Aces, probably for the last shot. Underneath to Burrell and an easy lay-in. Wow. Good play, and then that last pass was deflected, but makes no difference. As time has run out here in the first half. We're at halftime Grizzlies trail 38-21 to the East High Blue Aces. Stay with us for our halftime extravaganza coming up in mere moments. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Good job, sir. A lot of scoring for us, isn't it? That was the East High dance team, the Palm Squad, performing here at halftime. We are at halftime, 38-21. Grizzlies trail the East High Blue Aces. And it looks like Mr. Hartley got hung up because he's nowhere in sight. Either that or he's got stage fright, and I know him better than that. So we apologize for not being able to bring Mr. Hartley on board. We'll give you, let's start with a little summary of the scoring while we have a moment here. We'll start with your Grizzlies. Jalen Smith, 10 of the 21 points for the Grizzlies, including 1 3-pointer and a bunch of free throws. Blake Chadwick had a point. Zion Jones had 4. Lincoln Phillips with 5, including a 3-pointer. And Braden Verbeck with 2. 21. That's 21 points. It adds up every time. East High, Chris Burrell, who did not start, off the bench, leads the team in scoring with 10. Is that right? It sure is.
I think I missed 2.
I'm sorry?
I think I missed 2 points on East.
Oh, well, that's okay. You know, these aren't official stats, so they're official to us. So that's what we're going to say. But 10 points for Chris Burrell, as I mentioned. Pierre Johnson had 4 coming off the bench. Dalen Jones had 6. Jalen Randall with 3. And as involved, he was in the game. I'm surprised he didn't have more. 4 points for Norman Massey coming off the bench. Hayden Dunmorse had 2. Clayton Bradley, had 2 points of his own. I was trying to do 2 things at once here. And Karen Sears had 6 to round out the scoring for the Blue Aces. So 38-21, Grizzlies trail at halftime. During our introductions, we always like to give credit to the staffs that lead these 2 teams. We did not have time to do so tonight. The Blue Aces their head coaches, Joe Jackson. He does a wonderful job. He's got some great assistants too. Tommy Brumelo, Craig Nicholson, and Jeray Matthews. Their manager is Tom Lai, and their video coordinator is Jackson Drake, and he's over on the other side shooting pictures of what's going on. The Grizzlies are led by your head coach, Brian Chadwick. Brian's assisted by Kyle Smith, Jim Murnaugh, Marcus James. Statisticians are Scott Snyder and Wesley Teague. And the team managers are Josh Carter, Mia Chadwick, and Jessica Schreiber, along with Arona Anwar, who has helped us in the past. In fact, helped us on Tuesday night. Heath Roberts, Bree Johnson, and Jennifer Alfaro. And Jennifer was up here running camera for us on Tuesday as well. So we're glad to have them come up and help us out. And I hope that Bree stays true to our invitation to join us as a second voice of the Grizzlies on Tuesday night at home against the North High Redskins, which is our next webcast. We will be home Tuesday night. We're on the air at 7:15 with the Countdown to Tip-Off show. And then Thursday night, we wrap up the regular season at Southeast. Same deal, 7:15 with the Countdown to Tip-Off program on Thursday night. Let's see if I saved what I hope I saved. And I don't think I did. Let's see what I got here. I did not. Well, too bad. I was going to give you some of the information on some of the other games tonight. The big game tonight, Capon, red hot, Capon Mount Carmel. They were we were their victims on Tuesday night at home. Capon goes over to an equally red hot Bishop Carroll tonight, and they're taking on the Golden Eagles over there. Capon is only 6-7 in City League play. Now keep this in mind. They're 6-7 in City League play. They've won 10 of their last 11 games. So, and tournament time is long over, so they have been real hot lately, and they faltered early in the City League schedule, and quite frankly, we were part of that because we caught them on a night at home where we were able to beat them in overtime, and it took every effort we had to do that, as we beat them 74-71 at Capon Mount Carmel's gym. Somehow I've gotten my wires tangled here. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half, and we're going to go ahead and take a 30-second or so timeout, because I know we're ready to do so. We'll be back in just a minute for the second half. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
We appreciate the Kansas State High School Activities Association and their support of all the high school activities, including this webcast, through their support. And we appreciate their providing the sportsmanship, promotional announcements, and the involvement promotional announcements that you are seeing each and every webcast. And there's only a limited supply of them. And if you're tired of seeing those, you can still do something about it. We're looking for sponsors for this webcast, not only for the balance of this year, but to set up for next year. If you want to help your business grow, you want to make some money for your business, you could also help support the basketball program at Northwest High with your financial support by being a sponsor of the webcast on the World Wide Web. All you have to do it is give me a call at 316-734-0057. Be happy to talk to you more about it. Or email me at redcard@cox.net. REDCARD @cox.net. I'm going to pass this up here to our executive producer, and I'm going to go and get out of this guy, get out of Mr. Andrews' way. All right, we're ready to get it underway here in the second half. The Grizzlies will inbound. Should have known Greg would have that under control. On the floor for the Grizzlies to start the second half. They will be playing toward us now. We have Jalen Smith, Blake Chadwick, Braden Verbeck, excuse me. I'm half watching the game. There's a foul. It's going to be a three-shot opportunity here for Jalen Smith. Lincoln Phillips also on the floor for your Grizzlies, and rounding out the five, Aiden Alda. Gosh almighty, excuse me, folks. I'll be right back. I'm getting a snootful here. Aiden Aldoffer. I don't know, I'm having a problem with that. Rounds out the 1 for 2 so far is Smith. He has one more coming as he was fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer. And the 2 for 3. 12 points for Jalen Smith. Excuse me, you may have to watch this by yourselves. There's a three-pointer, and wow. Jones fell down as he shot it. He slipped on a wet spot. Surprised they didn't stop the game and clean that up. Chadwick to Phillips. Phillips for three. Short. And rebounded there by Karen Sears. Here comes East High back with it. Finney puts it up. No good. Rebounded there by Verbeck. And why that wasn't a foul, I don't understand that. Now we have a blocking foul called. Dalen Jones guilty of his third personal. Grizzlies will inbound, trailing by 19. Chadwick brings it across the timeline. And what do we have? Another foul called. This is on Finney. That's his third. Third team foul in just over a minute for East High. That one's tipped out of bounds by Sears. It will stay with Northwest. Jalen Smith will inbound. To Verbeck. Braden Verbeck brings it all the way around. Now gives it back to Chadwick. Blake to Smith. Jalen Smith has one man he's trying to get around. Now he dishes it off to Chadwick. He puts it up for three. It's short. Rebounded by Finney, and here comes East High back with it. And a foul's going to be called. I think it's going to be on Smith. Nope. Foul's on Blake Chadwick. That's his second personal. Ball will stay on the floor. 6:15 remaining, third period. Now a travel call that'll turn over to Northwest. Grizzlies need to make a run, and they just have not done it yet. This would be a great time to start. Easton Ruffin getting ready to come back in for Northwest. Phillips off the heel, no good. Over the back to get the rebound is Randall. He puts it down to Finney, who was wide open. He gets an easy lay-in, and it's East High by 19. Verbeck to Chadwick. Back to Verbeck. From the free throw line, puts it up and good. Braden Verbeck gets it in. Sears now over to Randall. Around the horn it goes. Randall has it again. Is he going to put it up for three? That would be highly unusual. He's used to driving the basket. Jones from the free throw line puts it up, and it's short. Rebounded by Chadwick. Here come the Grizzlies back. Phillips thought about a three, now puts it underneath. Aldeffer, good. Hayden Aldeffer, I think that's his first field goal. Everybody over there is nodding, so it must be. Here's a three-point attempt, nothing but net that time for Aaron Hill. And the lead is now 20. Biggest lead of the night for the Blue Aces, and a foul going to be called on Finney. Yep. I think that's his fourth. It is. 4 fouls on Jaden Finney. He's going to come out. He'll be replaced by Norman Massey, who led all scorers. Not led all scorers, but I think he did lead all scorers for East in the first half. Now, my stat book is on the other side of the control table. We have an unusual layout up here tonight. My stat book is 10 feet away from me, being aptly kept over there by Mr. Darnell. And Andrew Fisher is at the control board. And we're able to do that because we can't do anything with the camera anyway. Smith misses everything. Here comes East High back with it. Jones sends a long one up to Sears. He tried to go up for a stuff, and it came up short. And now a foul's going to be called on Smith. Aaron Hill went over the top of Jalen Smith. Pardon me. Now a travel call on East. I don't know what they called last time. I don't think they charged Smith with a foul. In fact, I know they did not. They haven't put anything up on the board. So I don't know what the turnover was. Maybe it was a travel. I don't know. Smith blocked that time by Jones. Chadwick for three. Good! Blake Chadwick pumps his fist, and here come the Grizzlies. Let's make a move. 47-30. No basket. Foul called on the floor. It's going to be called on Jones, I believe. Nope. Foul's on Ruffin. That's his first. Second team foul of the second half for the Grizzlies. We good? Just checking with the engineering staff here as we don't have the most powerful signal getting out of the building tonight, which is an understatement. Hopefully we'll get through the rest of the night without a problem. Lincoln Phillips will take a seat for the Grizzlies. And he's replaced there by rebound. Nice rebound by Verbeck. And a foul also. A silly foul by East on Braden Verbeck as he rebounded. The foul's on Norman Massey. That's his third. I was about to say that Terrence Burt is in the game for the Grizzlies, wearing number 50. And Verbeck, good. Braden Verbeck gets another field goal. That's 6 points for Braden. And a timeout being taken by East. We will take one with them. Grizzlies still have a lot of work to do, down by 17. 49-32. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
With executive producers Greg Darnell and Andrew Fisher, Kevin Arkin back with you at East High in Wichita, Kansas, the largest school population-wise in the City League. And the Grizzlies with the ball. Ruffin with it. On the floor with Ruffin. Terrence Burt, number 50. Braden Verbeck. That one went in and out. I don't know how it stayed out. Jalen Smith and Zion Jones. There's your 5 on the floor for the Grizzlies. There's an air ball. That goes out of play, and it will stay with the Blue Aces, or will it go to us? I thought that should have gone to us, and it does. I didn't think anybody touched it going out. Smith brings it over the timeline. Top of the key, puts up a 3, short. Verbeck tried to get the ball on the rebound, unable to do that. And here's an easy lay. Oh, he missed the dunk. Showboating cost Norman Massey. He missed the dunk, but there to pick up the slop was Pierre Johnson. And another turnover by the Grizzlies now. And Massey makes the basket that time. 53-32. We have something going on here. I think we have an injury substitution here as Pierre Johnson is bleeding, I think. That's why they stopped play. They'll go down there and get that looked at, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe not. Northwest gives it up. Here comes East with it. Massey, spin move, up and good. Count the basket and a foul. He'll go to the line for the three-point play. Chadwick comes in for Verbeck. Terrence Burt gets charged with his first personal. Third team foul for the Grizzlies. Massey misses on the three-point attempt, but East High rebounds it. Now it's taken away by Ruffin. Ruffin, coast to coast, has his shot blocked, and here comes Massey back with it for East High. Around the back, and they're gonna call a foul. Was a nice move. I don't know how he kept from traveling, to be honest with you, but He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Zion Jones just got charged with his 4th personal. He'll be replaced by Smith. Jones the only one on the team with 4. And it's good. 56-32. And the lead just keeps getting bigger. Grizzlies have lost every quarter in this game. Chadwick for 3. Short. Misses everything. And Thompson for 3. Misses everything. Randall driving the basket. And he's fouled by Burt. I'm assuming he's fouled by Burt. Burt was on the ground. I'm correct. Each team with 5 team fouls now. And 33 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball's inbounded. And East High is going to pull it back and play for 1. Deron Jacobs watching the clock go down. 16 to go. Now he gives it off to Randall. 11 to go. Randall drives. Puts one up from 12. Off the heel, no good. Rebound by Darnell is good as clock runs out. Wow, that was a nice play at the end. Well, we're through 3, folks, and it's been all East High, 58-32. We'll be back for the 4th quarter in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at East High, where the Grizzlies trail 58-32 after 3 quarters. Grizzlies will get the ball to begin the 4th quarter of play. It's been all East High here tonight. Grizzlies down by 26. And there's a pass deflected, but Burt got to it. Gives it over to Smith. Smith thought about getting it back to Chadwick. Instead, he sent it into Thompson, who was all alone, but he hit the side of the backboard. Couldn't control it. Now the East throws it away. It will belong to Northwest again. Braden Verbeck will come in for Cam Thompson. Thompson playing with 4 fouls. Chadwick brings it over. Blake sends it across, and he threw it away. Phillips couldn't handle the high pass, and it turns over to East. Dalen Jones with it. Over on the near side to Jalen Randall. Grizzlies in a 2-3, at least for the moment. Randall off the heel, no good. Rebounded there very nicely by Aaron Hill. Second chance doesn't go. It goes out of bounds. It will belong to Northwest. Aldoffer's going to come in for Jalen Smith. Giving Jalen a breather. He's carried the load this whole game. Smith, how many points? 12. Smith leads the Grizzlies with 12 points. Verbeck's pass went one way. The receiver went the other way, and it went out of bounds. It turns over to East High. 6:25 to go here, fourth quarter. Sears puts it up, partially blocked. Now a rebound to Lincoln Phillips. Phillips will give it to Chadwick, and here come the Grizzlies back. Chadwick in your picture. Here's one from Phillips. Off the front, no good. Rebounded to Aaron Hill. Finney is fouled as he drove the basket. That was a great pass to Finney, and as he drove the basket, he got fouled. He will go to the line and shoot. He'll shoot two here. It's a shooting foul. Terrence Burt picks up his third personal. He's picked those up pretty quick. And the first one from Finney is good. Burt comes out. Sure, a little disappointed that he got into some foul trouble out there. Terrence Burt is a freshman, so he's got a bright future at Northwest. We have a lane violation against East High. So that one would not have counted. Grizzlies inbound the ball. Logan Engelmeyer, number 25, is on the floor for the Grizzlies now. As more of the Grizzlies bench is getting some time on the floor. Verbeck puts it up off the heel, no good. Rebound goes to East High. And Pierre Johnson to Bradley. Bradley now over on the far side to Hayden Dunmorse. Into Johnson. He can't make it go. Follow up, though, on the rebound. Clayton Bradley puts it in. Verbeck off the heel. No good. And that will stay with Northwest. Nice play that time by Engelmeyer to bounce it off an East High player. It rolled out of bounds, but it did get there. And Blake Chadwick will inbound for the Grizzlies. Out to Verbeck. Engelmeyer to Verbeck. Verbeck drives, puts it up. Scoop shot doesn't go. Rebound doesn't go. Third try does go by Logan Engelmeyer. He's on the scorecard with his first bucket of the night. Took them 3 tries to get it, but they did get it done. You have to appreciate the tenacity of the team given the score. They are playing hard. On the baseline, up it goes and in. I think that was Johnson. No, I don't know if that was Pierre Johnson or not. I couldn't see who it was. Chadwick on the far side. Phillips now from 12 feet. Misses. Short. Rebound by East High. Here they come again. And Norman Massey just made it a mercy rule game. It's a 31-point lead. The clock now will not stop for the rest of the game. And in and out it goes off of Waldhofer. Deron Jacobs is hobbling like he's hurt. Well, they stopped the clock, and I don't know why. East High just subbed out its entire team. .3:13 to go. Donna, if you're watching, I'll be home for a late dinner. And that one is in, and it stays in. Chris Burrell, he's having a good night. Leads 33. Blake Chadwick with it. Terrence Burt back in the game and sends it out to Chadwick to Smith. Jalen Smith, the only starter still in the game. And it's good. 67-36, 2:20 to go. And the crowd starts to make its way for home. Again, a small crowd here for the East High folks. Terrence Burt gets a nice rebound off the miss. And here comes Jalen Smith with it. For Beck. Has the ball taken away from him. It's loose on the floor and still loose on the floor. Now it's going to be recovered by Smith. Nice job by Jalen Smith to be alert, and nice job by the rest of the team to get that ball back. Like I said, they're working hard despite the score. Jalen Smith will go to the line and shoot a pair here. Clock continues to run because of the score. Second time this season the Grizzlies have been mercy ruled. First one's good by Smith. That's 13 for him. That's 15 for Smith. More players subbing in for East High here. Everybody getting a chance to see some time. Todrick McGee is in for the Grizzlies, number 35, as Smith makes them both. Zion Jones comes back in. Smith is he's done for the night, and he's spent. That young man is tired. 25 seconds to go, and we'll be done here. There's a three-pointer off the heel, and no good. Putback, though, is good by Amos Alford. And Chadwick will bring it up now with 6 seconds to go. They probably will not even attempt a shot. Well, it shows you what I know. He puts one up at the end, no good. Final score, 69-38. Northwest drops one. We'll be back to wrap this up in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at East High, where the Grizzlies have dropped one by a 31-point margin, 69-38 to the Blue Aces. The Blue Aces sweep the season series. Grizzlies fall to 500 on the road, 5-13 overall on the season. We'll give you a quick scoring summary here as Greg Darnell is quickly adding them up. Jalen Smith led the Grizzlies with 16 points. Chadwick had 4. Jones had 4. Phillips had 5. Logan Meyer had 2. Verbeck had 6. He had a good night. He played a good game tonight. Aldoffer had a pair himself for the for the Grizzlies. Burrell had is that 16 or 14? 14 for the Blue Aces. Pierre Johnson with 6. Jones with 6. Norman Massey with 11. Hayden Dunmorse had 4 himself. Aaron Hill had 5. Clayton Bradley with 4. Amos Alford with 2. And we're going to turn the page. 6 for Kieran Jones. I thought he would have more because he hurt us a lot last time. And Jaden Finney finally with 5 points for the Blue Aces. Our next webcast is Tuesday night. We will be back home at Northwest trying to get that last Schneider off the board, and we're going to try and do it at the expense of the North High Redskins. So that will be a challenge. They have a very formidable team as well, and we did not do well against them in their place. So we're going to be looking for some payback on Tuesday night. Pre-game show starting at 7:15. Hope you'll join us on Tuesday night, and then we'll wrap up the regular season on Thursday night as they start turning the lights out on us. We'll wrap it up on Thursday night. On the road at Southeast will be the final game of the season. And we're going to wrap it up before they turn our power off. So for Andrew Fisher and Greg Darnell, I'm Kevin Arkin. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Hope you'll see you on Tuesday. And until then, have a great weekend. Once again, final score, 69-38. Grizzlies drop 1 to the Blue Aces. Until next time, have a pleasant evening.